What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today, I'm going to bring you another piece of primary evidence of why African Americans have absolutely no business entertaining the idea that the Republican Party is the best party to take African Americans and their agendas forward. Now, like I said, I do acknowledge that the Democrats and the Republicans both, the Democrats fall short on, doing the things they promise, the things they say they're going to do for us. But at the same time, the Democrats have been the political vehicle at which African Americans have been able to grab actual and tangible power in this country, both in the state and in the federal, and they have gotten actual things done for us. I mean, I know we like to all generalize both political parties and be like, we don't get, they're all demons and evil. But in reality, there are actually a lot of good black politicians, a lot of good black people who are getting involved in politics to make real change. And they're trying to fight the machine, and they have to navigate the political whims, the political interests of various other groups in order to get things done for their constituents, especially those black politicians who are in black districts, who the people who vote for them are actually black, like my area, right? When you got black politicians in areas where it's all white and they don't actually have a demographic, they look like them, they tend to be Republican because they have to pander to the people that's there, which usually these old white people who looking for the good Negro, right? They're looking for the good, pliable, happy, smiley, safe Negro, right? Tim Scott. And they're afraid of actual strong black leadership, strong black people that have actual opinions and have actual ideological thinkings that's actually going to benefit somebody else other than themselves, right? So the Democratic Party, even though it's not perfect, it has been the vehicle at which most of the things that we enjoy, has been authored through them, right? And that's just what's true. I'm an independent. And I know some people, like to say, people who don't know anything about politics thinks independence just means Democrat. But no, independence means just that, independence. And as an independent, what we do is we look at both sides and we see which one has our political agendas at hand, which one is going to benefit me, right? Like we had a governor before the black governor that we have now. His name was Larry Hogan. He was a Republican. And he was the governor of Maryland for quite a while, and he did okay. And Democratic black people voted for him every now and then. He was the better option out of some of the candidates that we had, and we had no problem. He was cool. He came out. He didn't do. Obviously, he was a Republican, so he leaned more towards the right. But he's a reasonable, regular Republican. Nothing crazy, nothing outlandish, right? So we are reasonable here in this area. We will vote for a Republican if that Republican agenda lines up with us, especially on the state and local level. But it just so happens that the Democratic Party is, since they are inclusive, I always say too inclusive, but that's just my personal opinion from my perspective as an African American. I have social conservative values, but I have a political liberal to liberate, but mostly a progressive ideological thinking, right? That's where I lean towards, right? I'm not a liberal, but there are liberal policies that are very popular that I agree with. But I'm mostly a progressive, and I prefer progressive policies because I feel like we can do better than what we already have. I believe that the systems that with the names that we have, I believe we can create our own, and there's still space to make new systems, right? And give them new names that can work better than the current systems that we have now, right? But this is my problem with people who are not having this discussion in good faith, like Pan-African Strikes Back, right? I need him to answer this because I'm gonna put a clip here, right? Because I keep pushing and pushing. Oh yeah, intelligent hood genius, right? I like intelligent hood genius, but he's one of those guys who he likes Trump and he thinks the Republicans are gonna, do something that's gonna be better for us. And all the black people who, because they're upset with the Democrats not giving them everything that they wanted, they think that the Republicans is a place we can park our car. Like a place that's welcoming us, that's pandering to us right now to get our vote. Now, the Republican Party are pandering to black people because they don't have enough white males voting for them, so they need some more males. They're not going to have a lot of women voting for them because the Republican parties took away a right from them. Therefore, they can't count on the female vote, even though they will get some white females to vote for them. But they can't really count on that female vote. That female vote is definitely going Democrat because they want their law back. They want their right to choose back. All right? They don't like the government telling them what they can do with their doctor, something that the Republicans are supposed to be all about. But in this particular case, apparently it's okay because it goes with their agenda, right? So I want you to, I'm going to put this clip here, and at the end of this clip, I want you to tell me what space is there for black people in the Republican Party. And I want Brandon to answer it. I want Intelligent Hood Genius to answer it. I want all these so-called black, pro-black, or people calling themselves Pan-African to show me, you know, is this the path of Pan-Africanism, to go into the belly of the beast and befriend our enemy and align with our enemy's agenda? Because to be a part of the Republican Party, you have to align yourself with white Christian values, white Christian agendas, white Christian priorities, and everything white Christian. And you have to shit on your own people. And what you're going to see is you're going to see somebody shitting on black people specifically, especially on our most important day. You're going to see somebody shitting on us live, shitting on us on a national stage with no shame. They have no respect for themselves as a POC. They have no respect for African people in America, which is going to be very clear. And they're clearly pandering to the base, the majority of the Republican Party, which is old, white, rural men who are Christian, and their fragility. Without further ado, let's watch the clip.
GTFO if they hate the U.S. Who said we hate the U.S.? We don't like your ways. We're not trying to hate. It's the other way around. Watch.
Reparations from slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most wretched holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, I out.
I used to live in St. Louis, Missouri, land of the Dred Scott case. Remember how shocked America was? Supreme Court upholding slavery, denying the legality of black citizens. So it should not surprise you. Valentina Gomez, the 25-year-old GOP candidate for Secretary of State in Missouri, posted that video across her social media belittling Juneteenth, firing off her criticisms of reparations, all while donning a shirt that read, "Don't be weak and gay." Her family, they got to be ashamed. They got to be ashamed. I generally don't speak on people's family, but there's got to be somebody in her family who says, "I'm not with her."
All right, you seen the clip. You seen it. You heard it come out the horse's mouth themselves. So please, tell me, where are we supposed to go as black people over there into the Republican Party? Is that a welcome mat for us? Why do you think that she went on camera and said that? Why do you think it's okay for her to say that? Why is she so comfortable in saying what she said? Why do you think? Why do you think that these Republicans are going to go all out trying to satisfy the agenda of black people, when if they were to do that, they would be disenfranchising and pissing off their base, which are white people in rural areas who see black people as their enemy? That's not a very politically astute move to make. You can't pander to both African people and our priorities and poor white people and their priorities. You can't do that. That's why you can't be a Pan-African and a right-wing conservative at the same time. We are mortal enemies. We are enemies. The white Christian conservatives all around the world are trying to consolidate white Christian power because they see that the global South is taking over their homeland everywhere. and the white Christian conservative right-wing politics in the Western world are all uniting under pan-Europeanism, along with their brown POC collaborators, like the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, right? Like over here we got Clarence Thomas, right? Because people don't realize the Supreme Court is where the power is. Whoever is in power, whoever gets to implement, whoever gets to install judges, because the law of the land is where the power comes from. So while we talking about all this and all this, whoever is in power long enough to put the most amount of judges that's going to push a right-wing conservative law-based agenda or a liberal or progressive wing adjacent agenda, that's where the true power is. That's where the battle lies. So you tell me, if you're a real Pan-African, where, in what planet, in what universe does pandering to white Christian pan-European values and political parties benefit black people? You see, the conservatives will not answer this question. They will ignore the video. They will ignore primary evidence, because their only job is to be ambassadors of hate towards their own individual groups on behalf of white Christian conservative European Western powers. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach some. I'm out.